This video will be quite controversial. However, you should have to focus more on facts than opinions. In this video, you'll be learning about first one, what is matrix, how to escape from matrix. Second one, what is traditional education system, how does it keep you poor. 60% of the people are watching without subscribing to my channel. Let's make sure hit the subscribe button so that whenever I upload a video, you will get notified first.
Study hard, you can be a doctor. Go study medicine. Study, study, study. Give up your whole life in school. Then you get to be a doctor. You can't even buy a motherfucking sports car. I use this analogy all the time, but I'm going to use it again. When you see a man like me at 3 o'clock on a Tuesday morning at a gas station in a $400,000 sports car, I get out of the Lambo, there's a bitch in the front. I get out and putting gas in. Do you look at me and go, he studied really hard in school? Or do you look at me and think, drug dealer? You think drug dealer because you understand you must break the rules to make money. Doctors have followed the rules their whole lives and they're driving Citroen.
Everything we do is already assigned by someone just to get a paycheck. In fact, people who has got stuck in matrix would be doing this. Every day we will have 24 hours time. In that 24 hours, what you do is matters the most. We will probably work 8 to 9 hours a day just to get a paycheck. You still have left with 16 hours out of 24 hours. After that, you could probably sleep 7 to 8 hours a day. Then you still have left with 8 hours a day. In that 8 hours, we are human beings are programmed to use mobiles 3 to 4 hours a day. Then you still have left with 4 hours a day. You could probably spend your time with your families or beloved ones or friends. Just imagine your day has successfully completed. What would you have done? Have you learned something? Have you learned any skill that makes you rich? No. Don't waste your time. Maybe realizing someday, what if I had done that, I would have become successful. Don't make excuses to yourself. So quit your formal education, start educating yourself. Maybe you'll be a fucking millionaire someday.
People always say, follow the money. Well, the government gives incentives through taxes to the risk takers. If the government wants more housing, they'll reward those who invest in properties.
You have to go out and do stuff, and by doing things, it will allow you to have things, and by having things, it'll give you the time to be things, read more books, things of that nature.
Stop focusing on income and start acquiring assets that give you cash flow. So if you want to achieve your financial dreams, you want to put your time, energy, and focus on acquiring assets.
My question to everyone is, why do we study to make money? There are hundreds of people out there who doesn't even have a formal education, but still they're making lump sum amount of money. Since being an employee, since you might be thinking that how do they get rich? Simple. They have got to know one thing, that education is nothing when it comes to making money. So don't confuse education with money. They both are different subjects. For example, Gautam Adani has dropped out from the school when he was at the age of 16 in order to make money, and he left his home and came to Mumbai and started grinding himself. Look, now he surpassed Mukesh Ambani and became number one richest person in the India. So I should say one thing, that escape matrix as soon as you can. If you cannot escape the matrix, they're gonna come after you and eat you alive. Discover your true potential and do whatever it takes to achieve that. Keep working on that. Remember, what you do today is what you become tomorrow. Traditional education system itself is an outdated concept since it has been created to produce workers and laborers. Let me tell you something, that they're gonna tell you something like this: go to school, get a good grades, get a degree so that you can find a company to work for, Get married to women of your dreams, have kids, get a loads of debts so that you can work till you die to pay off your debts. This is how the traditional education system has been created to control you. For example, if you catch a fish by using a bait, it will never escape from that hook because it knows that it's being trapped either ways. Matrix is something which has been created by top 1% people in the world, such as BlackRock. The main intention of Matrix is to control us and keep us poor. Look how we have been stuck in a matrix that right before we landed onto the earth from mother's womb to the till date we die. In fact, our schools and colleges says this, that you have to study hard to become successful. Since I don't know anyone who became incredibly successful by just studying hard. Does that make sense? Does studying hard makes you rich? No, it does not make you rich. Instead, you'd end up being a loser of debts. Come on, man. In fact, people who has got A grades are now working under F grades. Does that make sense? Does studying hard makes you rich? No. Come on, man. We have been living in information age, not in industrial age. You just have to try to live in present moment, not past.